you guys, it's dinner time. We are hungry. We are going to make coleslaw and pulled pork sandwiches. This coleslaw is so good. You're going to love it, okay? This is also a good lunch, also a good barbecue thing, but we're doing it for dinner tonight because it's hot and it just sounds good. So Sachi told me that this food processor thing, like on the video, is just ridiculous because it's so loud and can't hear me. So I went ahead and prepped stuff already. In this coleslaw, I love to use Napa cabbage. I don't have Napa cabbage, so I have regular cabbage. And I would say, if you want to look at it, we have about a majority of it is the regular cabbage. And then we have red cabbage, and then we're gonna add a little bit more carrot to it. So I'll measure all that stuff up for you on the blog and write it down for you. But I wanted to show you what's happening. Okay, so I used to use a mandolin for this, and it was extremely hard, took a ton of time. But now that I'm using the food processor, it's a lot easier. What's that, Sach? Sachi's trying to tell me something.
Don't you have to use that one?
No, I'm explaining. Okay. So this is the attachment I used for the cabbage, okay? Just so you know, because I've tried this over and over again and I keep messing up. It's hilarious, and I've had this machine for years. This is the attachment that you would use for carrot shredding, okay? So first I'm gonna toss this and see if we need anything more in there. Carrots are kind of for color, and I did that one first. I think it's looking pretty good, honestly. Sachi, do you think I should add more or just leave it alone?
I think it looks good how it is.
It's good how it is? Okay. So I'm gonna set this machine aside. Bye-bye machine. We don't need you anymore. And we don't need this carrot. I'm gonna set it over here. Okay. So now that we have that done, that's pretty easy. I am going to make the sauce for the coleslaw. Now, my little trick with this is that I make the sauce and then I refrigerate it. And then you're only going to put as much of the sauce on it as you want on your individual plate, or I toss it in right before we eat. That's how I do it, because I don't want it to get soggy. I want it to be nice and crisp and delicious. Okay, let's see if we can do this, shall we? Now, I like to add sesame seeds to my coleslaw because it just tastes really good. Has a little bit of a nutty flavor, and I'm flinging it all over the place. I usually only have this kind of sesame seed, just the roasted white sesame seed, but I have black too, and since I have them, I use them because it's just prettier, adds a nice little dimension to it. Okay, so coleslaw done. Oh my gosh, earlier I was laughing so hard because I was asking Sachi to help me with the angles and make sure I didn't get a lot of chins, and she put that camera up so high we were dying laughing. Anyways, sauce. So what I do is, for this particular recipe, I just take my tablespoon and I'm gonna use this as the main way that I'm gonna scoop it all in. So the first thing I'm gonna do is scoop in brown sugar. So I have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, okay? And if I wanna make more sauce, I will, but I'm just gonna show you 1 batch. Okay, and then I'm gonna go 3, and I kinda did write it down a little bit because I was like, oh my gosh, look what's happening right now. Why am I opening this up? This is hilarious. Okay, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing, okay? All right, we're gonna go 3 tablespoons of mayo. This was the one that was making that funny sound, and I was like, do we have enough? Okay, we got 1, we got 2. I think we're gonna get 3. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks like 3, okay. That's so funny, oh my gosh. Okay, that's me, messy. All right, we're gonna have 1 tablespoon of spicy brown mustard. Oh yeah, there's that sound. Okay, looking good. All right, there's me clink clanking. All right, now I'm gonna do salt and pepper. And salt. Okay, and then I'm gonna do some apple cider vinegar, and I'm gonna go 3 on that. So same as the mayo. And then, how much milk? Okay, I am using buttermilk, but you can definitely use regular milk because there's the vinegar in there. But I happen to have buttermilk, I prefer it, but you could totally use like whatever milk that you have at home. I haven't tried it with anything but cow's milk, to be honest with you. So we're gonna go buttermilk. We're gonna go 2, 1, 2. Okay, looking good. Now I'm gonna take my little whisk and put it together. Okay, the thing that I love about this this sauce is that I like to have a little kick, and I put cayenne pepper in there because it just tastes so good, honestly. So I'm gonna start with about that much. And this is one of the few recipes that I taste as I'm, I wanna taste this sauce before I put it in the fridge because I wanna know, is there enough acidity? Is there enough spiciness? Is there enough mustardy thing going on? So I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. It's good, but to be honest, I think it has a little bit too much vinegar, so I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. I think I need to down the vinegar. I need to do like 2. So this is the deal, like why I feel like it's cooking the way that I cook like this is funny, but this is how it goes, especially if you're tasting it. So I needed to kind of balance it out, so I'm adding a few more things, and I'm gonna add a little bit more kick because I want to taste that kick in every single bite, and I also want a little bit more brown sugar. So I'm gonna just go for it and put that. I'm gonna double that too. Okay. Add all that. Okay. All right. So good. It's so good. It's perfect. It's so good. It's tangy. All right. So I'm gonna show you what the slaw looks like. Like if you want a side of slaw, like if that's part of the recipe we're doing, I would just put that right there. And I'm gonna actually use this for the pulled pork sandwich. So this is perfect. This is what I would do. And I'm gonna get a spoon. All right, so I'm gonna pour that right over. And I'm just gonna use these guys because it's just easy to kind of toss it. And that's why I like having like a little mason jar with a little ladle inside when I'm serving this for dinner for everybody, because they can make it as saucy as they want. My mom, for example, she wouldn't touch that sauce with a 10-foot pole. She just will not do it. So she likes it dry, and that's fine. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna pour it in here. And then when I'm storing this, like if we have leftovers, I'm putting this like in a Ziploc bag or something, and I'm putting a lid on this, put it in the fridge so they're separate, and this can stay for a couple days. Great. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now it's pulled pork time, and to be honest with you, I'm feeling like there's not enough sesame seeds on this, so I'm gonna like sprinkle a little bit more. Okay, pulled pork time. Let's do it. So I spared you the details of the seasonings and the sauteing and the cooking it for 30 minutes in the pressure cooker, because I'm just gonna post all that stuff and it just takes a lot of time. So this is kind of a big bowl for this, but that's fine. This is what I'm doing. So here we go. We've got the pork, it's fallen off. I used salt, pepper, garlic salt, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of coriander, pepper, of course. I can't think of anything else, but of course I'll write it down. And then I just topped it off with the water, and I did it for 30 minutes. Now we're gonna do forks. And this is just a little pork roast. It's just like this big. I cut it into 4, and this is what the pulled pork is gonna look like. It's really tender and so flavorful. I did not add flavor to the water, but you could add maybe, if you wanted to make it a little saltier, like a tablespoon, anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon of like chicken stock bouillon or something like that. Even beef bouillon would work well. Okay, so there's that. Now, there's 2 sauces in my home. It is what it is. This is personal choice. You pick the barbecue sauce that works for you. We like Famous Dave's and we like Sweet Baby Ray's. This is my son's favorite. So I'm just gonna make one for him and just say Sweet Baby Ray's. So another thing that I do is I have a couple bowls. I don't even know where the other bowl went. Anyway, and I'll be like, hey, this is the Sweet Baby Ray's bowl, right? And then this is the other sauce bowl, and make it as saucy as you want. It's just easier that way because my kids are grown up enough that they could figure out how they want their own meal, you know, flavored, spiced the way that they want. So, and it's more fun too to kind of make your own. Okay, I want it a little bit more saucy than that. I don't know if you can see. Are we good, Saj?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's my pulled pork. And oh my gosh, I'm so hungry right now that, but I'm not even gonna touch it. It's not dinner time just yet. Okay. These are the 2 buns I'm offering too. You'd think that, you know, this is like a restaurant or something that I'm offering these options, but these are the options that we have. I have King's Hawaiian rolls. I almost forgot what these were called. King's Hawaiian rolls. And you can see they're small because everyone likes to have like maybe 2, if they're hungry, maybe 3. And then these are little brioche sliders. I love these buns. This is actually the perfect size even for little hamburgers or little chicken sandwiches, which we'll do another time. So I'm gonna do a King's Hawaiian roll. So all I'm doing is opening it up with my hands because they're small. And we're gonna add the pork. Okay. And I'm gonna add the slaw. Oh my gosh, yes. And you know what, another thing that I'm gonna have on the table tonight for dinner are pickles, because my family loves pickles. So we'll have like a spicy pickle. I'm laughing at myself realizing how many options I give for dinner. A spicy pickle and like a dill pickle, because Rodney, my husband, loves the spicy sweet pickles, and nobody else likes sweet pickles but him. He's crazy in our eyes. Okay, so I don't know, is that a good shot, Saj? Can you see the deliciousness?
Mm-hmm.
Is that good? Okay. And then if you want to see what it looks like in one of these, do you think we should show that, Saj? Is that cool?
No, why not?
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. So on a brioche bun, which, I mean, it's really a personal preference. They're not as soft, they're not as sweet, but they're really tasty. Okay. Little slaw. Now, of course, someone could have no slaw if they wanted, but it's really so good because there's that crunch involved. Okay. So there's that. What do you think? I'm not gonna eat it because I'm not the kind of person who's gonna eat food on film. So I will let you understand that you need to make this, you'll love it, and I'm gonna post it. Thanks for being with me. See you later.